Alright, hello there. I am streaming some Super Mario World. I had a Super Nintendo when I was a kid. Still my same Super Nintendo sitting right there. And, obviously played this game a lot. I saved up to buy the Super Nintendo with money from babysitting back in the early 90s, and this was the game that came with it, so I spent lots of time on it. But I'm not like an expert. I haven't actually played this game a ton recently, so we'll just kind of see how it goes. By no means a speedrunner or a completionist, nor do I know all the secrets. I'm pretty sure as a kid at some point I had found, all the exits to all the levels. But, oh boy, yeah, dying on the first enemy. Good job, me. Anyways, at some point, I actually kind of knew what I was doing, but, it's been a couple decades, so let's see how this goes. These dinosaurs are very cute, if nothing else. Bonk. There's these Yoshi coins. I think this is the first Mario game that had the, N coins for completion sort of thing. The first one where Mario had this kind of like spin dash type move. I don't know, do I care about getting all the Yoshi coins? Probably not really. Yet I'm not really aiming to get all the secrets or all the things. Yep. Play the game. Alright, well, extra life makes up for dying stupidly to the second enemy in the game. What? Boing. Sure, I'll take as many extra lives as they'll give me for free here. I have a spider on my hair. Hello, spider. I don't mean to be rude, but kind of would prefer that you not. The old free one up. Hello, Yoshi. My name is Yoshi. In case you didn't know. The point of those, apples is... Get anything for them? Or are they just like points? Well, that's exciting. Hey, Yoshi. Burp. real benefit of Yoshi, of course, is the Yoshi armor. Oh, terrible. Well then. This block will never know what you are. Yoshi anyways. Apologies for my voice being so scratchy. Like, I don't know, had a cold a month ago and still getting over it. Time I get anything throat based is just pain in the butt. Down there. I'm saving myself from myself, I guess. Oh dear. Classic Yoshi. Dump him on the ground. Fireballs. Basically my favorite of the Mario power-ups. In fact, you only get 2 of them on screen at once, so 1980s. What's up with that? Howdy, whoever joined. Feel free to speak up if you have any questions. I am just playing through Mario World, Super Nintendo. Oh dear. Oh. Yoshi's Island, supposedly, but not a game called Yoshi's Island. Both the best and worst game because of Baby Mario being actually like a baby. Oops, herb. God. Oh god. Water levels are the worst. If they're only a little bit of water. I got a 1-up off. This way. Pranked by a sea urchin. You tell me. I'll let you finish, but the bonus games in Mario 3 were the best. Alright, first castle. If you're willing to spend a lot of time, you can like, get all the 1-ups by getting all the dudes right side. You're technically there this whole time. Don't care that much about getting all the 1-ups. As well get these. Oh. Get that one. Worth -1 up, as it will. Howdy, whoever just started watching. Feel free to say things in chat. Just for your reference, I'm playing Mario World for Super Nintendo. It is a game I played a ton as a kid because, you know, I bought a Super Nintendo with my babysitting money, and this was the game that came with it. Same Super Nintendo right there is what I'm streaming from. Hardware, so I don't know, just having kind of a nostalgia day here on Memorial Day. And by no means, oh shoot, talking instead of paying attention. It's perfect, because I was about to say I'm by no means a Mario World expert. You know, like I say, I played the game a ton as a kid. I haven't really, you know, played it all too much since then. So I by no means intend to be, you know, super awesome or speedrunny or anything like that here. I'm just going to play through the game for a couple hours and see where I end up. Decided to not care about getting the one. Guys. Hit by that guy this time. This was a really, you know, cool mechanic, this whole, you know, there's 2 layers and you can move between them by punching this thing. It was kind of disappointing they didn't actually make more use of it, right? Like, it's only used in a couple places in the entire game. Like, informational. Pursue Iggy Koopa. Defeat him, do this thing. Of course. Alright. Auto-scrolling stages. You know, there's sometimes that auto-scrolling, like, makes some sort of sense, like, plot-wise. Like, this is not one of them, right? Like, is this castle actually auto-scrolling? I kind of doubt it. Here. Alright. Now we push this guy into the fire. Or hit him with fireballs. Yeah. As a kid, I always went for jumping on his head, because that was by far the most consistent way, but... Got fireballs, we're not using this. Boom. He did the demented Iggy Koopa. I know that it's... like... really Iggy Koopa's fault that he's been put up to this by Bowser, who's, I think, all of their father? Uncle? I don't remember. They're all relatives to him somehow, and I feel like they've been Stockholm Syndrome or something. Alright, so we are on to Donut Plains. I probably should have not fireballed that guy so that I could have a cape. Oh well. Ugh. These guys. What their name is. Building the various sports at you. Alright, let's try not to get wrecked. If nothing else, I like the cape whack a lot more than the fireball for just hold off and never minding the ability of... Oops. Trying to fly and then getting wrecked. And there's a secret exit to the guy. Oops. Probably involved. This is the first stage where they cape. It's these. Care that much about actually getting the lives. I feel like in the, original Mario games for NES, you actually cared about how many lives you had sometimes. But ever since it's just like save and quit everywhere, it's like, don't care. I've got like one life for 50. I don't know. Oops. Challenge-wise, games aren't that hard. So, you more frequently end up with the 50 live 100. Okay, so I've got to fly so that Ah! Here. Oh. Oh. It's a good exit. That couldn't happen. Feel like... so for every one of these stages that has a red background, there's multiple exits. I feel like knowing where that is actually get it. I'll give it like one shot. Sit around here forever waiting. Exit. But I haven't royally effed at the beginning of the stage. It should be pretty easy to just fly on by. I'm high enough to land up over the pipe. Wacky. Okay, perfect. Alright. Good enough. It's an exit to secret area, but let's go area and get the ghost house. Other nonsensical auto scroll stage. Please. Howdy, whoever just started watching. Free to say something in comments if you have any questions about the game or any questions I'm up to. This game obviously is a classic and played it a ton as a kid, but not really much. I don't know, 20 years. So just having kind of a retro Memorial Day, I guess. Alright. I've actually been meaning to stream a few times this weekend, but getting over this kind of frog in my throat, so... So, at least kind of Saturday, I'm not really feeling up streaming. Voice. Alright, so we get another Switch Palace out of that, that's pretty nice. Alright, sorry about my phone buzzing there, that's super loud. Derp. Pop. Alright, so now we get some green blocks. feel like the level that we just did could have use of them, but got by it via flying instead. But whatever, that can only be useful. We can save out of it. Go on back to this normal way. Out through secret way previously. Or it's secret loose here, because it was basically just go down the right pipe. Which, if you've ever played a Mario game, you should consider going to the pipes. Later on, there's some secrets that are actually fairly tricky to either find or to actually accomplish, but first couple worlds, so much. I'm gonna regret those words when I forget how to get the secret area out of the ghost house, I'm pretty sure, but whatever. Here. Have a spare feather because chance that get wrecked is high. Worth noting, if you're at G, you're just tuning in that I'm playing this on an actual Super Nintendo sitting behind me there. SNES I've had since I was a kid. The difference of these days, I have a flash card for it so that I can play games from ROMs instead of mucking around with the actual cartridges. I do obviously have a cartridge of this because everybody had a cartridge of Mario World. And it's producing HDMI out, so that's what you're seeing on streaming and also what I'm seeing on my own monitor as I'm playing. So in particular, since I'm playing on real hardware, I don't have, you know, save states or anything like that. Got ye old ancient Super Nintendo controller that still works. I don't know if this is the original controller that I had as a kid. Probably not. I wore through at least a couple controllers over the years. Alright, so that went okay. Get wrecked by this. Kind of secret here. Not in. Oh. Alright, so I think that was the secret exit. We're awesome. Hate this book. Mario 3 had so much better bonus games than does. I guess in particular because you had the like giant inventory of items, so like anything that you got was potentially interesting. Whereas here it's just like, oh, I don't know. Give me one-ups, I guess. Here we are in World 2 and I already have 19 one-ups. Pretty easy to get lives in it. Exactly like the old school NES Marios when might actually care. Oh dear. Wait for that, or Ghost just gonna first. They don't actually get low enough to the ground to kill you when you're small. On the other hand, correct repeat. Never realized as a kid that you can actually direct where those things go. I always thought it was just kind of random. Move whichever way you're facing or pointing. Embarrassing question here is like having no. I ignore that prank. Turn it. Helpful arrow to know. Alright. By the way, if you're watching, feel free to speak up and say something in chat. You follow me on YouTube. I intend to be streaming a bunch of different Super Nintendo games that I played with a kid. Played as a kid. Just getting new to streaming, like have the nice setup here now for streaming from actual Super Nintendo. So I'd really love to do some games that are less popular, right? Like everybody knows Mario World because it's Mario World. But I'd love to do, you know, some of the weird random games that I played as a kid. Oh, this looks like it's not going to end well. Alright, that went about as well as could be expected. Alright, I have to actually do the level for the rest. You just gave me enough, so that makes it easier. But anyways, some other games that I loved as a kid, Mega Man X, that whole series is just outstanding. So I'd love to do some streaming of that. I'd like to do some UN Squadron, which is a shoot 'em up game from ages ago. It's actually maybe the only shoot 'em up that I owned for Super Nintendo. Trying to think, I don't remember. Top Gear was a great game. Reason why I decided to do Mario World first is just so many people know Mario World, and it's reasonably easy for me to like sit here and talk while doing it. You know, something that's much more twitchy or requires a lot more concentration is very hard to like talk during. Turtle. And I've already found in this that there's at least a couple places where talking has led to death, and like Mario World is not all that hard of a game, so I probably should have flown from there instead of just drifting down. I'll take a halfway mark for sure. Didn't check. I don't remember if this world has 2 exits or whether I can just like cheat and cross the whole thing. 3 up. Okay. That's exciting and all. Oh no! I was like less than a sprite's width sword. I should also mention, actually, since this is Super Nintendo, I love the Super Nintendo. Probably my favorite system of all time. I've actually done a little bit of Super Nintendo programming, made kind of a shoot-'em-up game of my own. So I actually know a little bit about how some of this stuff works under the hood, which is actually, I got the flash cart in the first place because of wanting to do programming. So I was working on this shoot-'em-up game. I had it running fine in an emulator, and of course, once I got the ROM cart and put it on the actual Super Nintendo, nope, no worky. So I had to figure out, you know, what in my programming was working correctly on the emulator and not on the real hardware. That was a giant pain in the butt to try and figure out. But once I did, you know, it was pretty important, like, that I would keep testing stuff out on the real hardware so that, you know, at least I had any stuff that worked in the emulator but not in real life. that I would find out sooner rather than like 2 weeks later, right? So that's what I got the cart for. Sadly, I never really finished that game. I found... Basically, I was using these like how-tos on Super Nintendo assembly programming from like, you know, the mid to late 90s. And they work. It was totally a working game, but there's actually a newer assembler and tool set that people use these days. So I was like, well, I should write it over again to use the assembly program or to use the newer assembler syntax. And never really got past that because it just seemed like such a non-fun use of my free time. I never actually finished that game. I'd love to get started again Super Nintendo programming because it's a really cool piece of hardware. It behaves very differently from any other like more recent sort of computing graphics device. Actually, as somebody who does software engineering for my day job, there's a lot of things that are just very pleasurable about Super Nintendo programming, being able to interact at such a low level of working directly on the hardware instead of, you know, layers upon layers of abstractions. Anyways, I could talk about that for quite some, but at some point maybe I'll do some streams where I don't think live streaming doing programming is all that useful or interesting, but it might be interesting at some point to do some video tutorials of like interesting stuff different games did. Kind of how games are put together using the Super Nintendo hardware. Apologies again for my scratchy voice and coughing. The cold that I'm getting over is being remarkably persistent. So it goes. Alright, who are we even fighting here? Okay, Reds, this guy's gonna run up the walls and then fall down. Except for hit him twice at least. You thud. What? No, come back. This whole stomp when somebody hits the ground is such a feature of so many games that, like, instinctually now I just, like, jump anytime that somebody's gonna land on the ground next to me. This may have been one of the first games to have that as a mechanic. I'm trying to think. Is there anybody else that had this kind of shaking the ground thing before, you know, Mario World? Some of the Mega Man games? I don't remember. So, how is this guy Morton Koopa Jr., right? Like, isn't his dad Bowser? So confused by, like, what's going on. Alright, do the Vanilla Dome. I guess this is also the first Mario game where there's not an obvious, like, okay, that was World 1, that was World 2, that was World 3. I guess this is World 3 because it comes after the second castle. It doesn't, like, show up, you know, it just says Vanilla Dome, not, like, 3-1. They're about keeping Yoshi. The kid I would, like, never willingly give up Yoshi, but... oh dear. I can also just willingly give up my life by failing to jump. yeah, if you're watching and have any questions about Real World or what I'm doing or Super Nintendo stuff in general, please feel free to comment. Oh dear. Sure. That. What we call revenue neutral. Obviously, once I get the Red Switch Palace, I have to come back here for that. That's probably the other exit. If I were smart, I would write that down. Just remember that. Unclear. One up, so it goes. They keep getting through without dying. Victory enough. What am I doing? I can go up here. It's fine. Burp. Oh no! That was poorly timed. Also, let me know if my audio levels are okay. Like, can you hear the game okay? Game audio, can you hear me okay? This is my first time streaming from the Super Nintendo in quite some time. At least, certainly first time since having a real setup to do it from, so definitely helpful to know whether you can hear me and like that. Also be stuck at that. So. I will go with finishing the stage. Watery. And a level. Basically any game, I mean, Mario is kind of alright. I really hate water levels in any sort of 3D game. Like, kind of refer to them sometimes as turn project levels because it really seems like they never do as good a job on getting the physics right on water sorts of levels as they do on real levels. Mechanics like having to do stuff quickly because you're holding your breath or whatever that are such a staple of water levels in modern games. It's just not very fun. I don't know. So, never been a huge fan of water level. Mario, they really did a decent job of at least having the physics sense. They're definitely different physics than being on dry land, but can't really fault them for that. Here. Undoubtedly a secret exit involving that. I just decided to not care because I didn't get it. Stuff going on there. Midway point? Road is so terrible. hopefully I don't die. It's okay if Mario. Whoops. Oof. Oh dear. What? For 3 of you. Alright, yeah, let's just finish that. Alright, so obviously there was another exit to that one involving being less bad with the Switch. I ducked there just like to get having a dude on your case, I guess. Let these guys go off the screen a long time ago so that I didn't have to wait for them. Alright. Big Boo. Boos are definitely one of the cutest of all. Oh, did not quite get the... It's okay. This way. Oops. Oh, just missed it. Abort, abort, abort. Alright, so at least now I know where it is. To the here that I can actually get. There we go. I don't even know what the hell these things are. Ghosts of Cheap Cheeps or something? Totally unclear to me. Oh, do I also need a P block or something? I feel like there needs to be a door up there that I... Let's try flying. Totally unclear. Well, maybe I should just go for the normal. Or if I need to bring it up there. Whoa! Danger. Reason, I remember that you can bounce off of these to use the in jump. Is that what that thing is called? I don't know. Never like you. Slightly more awkward place to hit here. Issue with trying to finish a ghost house quickly. Get pranked. Correction. Dude. Actually die from lack of time here, which would be silly, so it goes. I can also die from getting hit by bubbles. That's the thing. Alright. Well, let's try this again with more. We're just trying to get the exit first. Taking our time doing. Here, fruitful for avoiding most of the badness. Maybe there's something. Okay, so that obviously won. Right, that just brings me back here. I already knew that. Question is, where do we get the... Oh, if I wanted to... Oh, no. I need to bring the P-block with me. Okay. Here somewhere? Dude, not cool. Box is clearly bigger than you are. Alright. I bet there's a P-block in one of those things that big boo is near. Or if I block here, if then go through the other door and end up in the other level. Clear. Whatever, I will take the normal exit and go do the normal thing. No problem. Never quite understood what part of those dudes we're actually looking at. We're still under the water. Their eyes? What is that? I guess it's their... I have no idea which of these pipes might... Oh dear. Fatal. Surprisingly, you guys are immune to fire. Surprising at all. Enough speed. Here, yes, I can. Secret exits, though. This is a waste of time or just a shortcut? It's a waste of time. Oh my god. Okay, at least that's sensible. Risky. Since not have the other. Actually pay attention. Whoops. Just briefly paying attention. I was about to say, I guess the reason to care about Yoshi coin, incredibly dumb one, count as points, but who cares about points? I feel like the era where people cared about points in games, still kind of a thing in like Guitar Hero games and so on, but it's been a while since I played games just for high scores. As well, then going for the Yoshi coin again. Okay. This time, no. Briefly glancing over to see whether there's a chat in the picking up this. Right to Vanilla Dome number. Whatever that means. Weird, because it's vanilla whatever, but it's not really all that much like Ugh. Not really like there's any vanilla going on here. Like, the level is not full of cookies. It's not destined to be Big Mario. Fascinating. Really ape. Oh dear. Hell. There we go. Oops. Realizing I need to duck. This is the tape at the end. Goes. Right, castle number 3. Oh geez. No. At least stomp on you? No. Hopefully, water and not lava. Some sort of bug. Cost-saving measures. Funding proper lava structure. Oh god. Right. No, maybe you don't need lava everywhere when you have Magic Koopas. Closest thing this game has to professional Mario assassins. Oh god, that was dumb. I saw it coming and I was like, no, I can surely move far enough to the right to not hit. Whoa! Ew. Perfect. Still, this spider crawling around my mouth is fascinating. What's that gonna be though? Like for lives? Like exits out of palaces, right? Oh god, oh god. Get wrecked. What? No. Stop. Rude. If those guys can throw bones at your butt, I'm gonna risk it. I always wonder, like, surely Bowser has the technology here, not just make castles that are guaranteed to kill you. I think about games like, I don't know if you ever played a game called The Castle Doctrine, but it's a game where you are basically setting up a house to kill people who want to come in and steal your stuff. You put all these like traps and weaponry and so on. And you play it against actual people, so like you make the house and then people try to break into it. And their way of making it so that you can't just do impossible things or impossible levels is they force you to play through it after you've designed it. So maybe there's some sort of similar law of the Mario universe where Bowser has to show that each of his palaces is at least beatable by Mario before he's allowed to construct them. I don't know if there's some sort of like planning commission that goes into these things or what. Alright, so obviously you want to stomp on the one different looking. Yeah, I don't know if those are dummies or like what's going on. Correct. went better than it could have. Right, done with whatever your face is, Koopa. Lemmy. Found the red is fascinating. I'm supposed to be able to have one time that it really looked like I'm supposed to get a red switch. Yet. If it's back in that level. Whatever, man. Cheese bridge. Remember about this is lots of running. Like this is one of these, like, let's just try and cheese it. What they meant by cheese bridge, right? Oh god, oh god. The pain is real. I definitely did not cheese that level. Sorry, this is suddenly turned into Super Pun Brothers. Alright, so do I try that again? I mean, less bad at... Seems fair. Oh god. Oh, so close. Alright, maybe I should just do this for reals rather than... I'm gonna be forced to do this because auto-ejected my leaf into the drink. I really should. I have... Yeah. What are those wings even? I just thought of those things as blenders, but they're probably supposed to be chainsaw. Cookie Mountain. Just everything is desserts in this, apparently. No, nothing looks like dessert. But hey. Pump on this guy? I guess I cannot. Vengeance. You know, it's kind of concerning that the little baby Koopas have diapers before they get in the shells. Like, does that mean that all the Koopas have diapers and you just can't see them normally? I guess it kind of does. I don't know. Very strange for some reason. Basically the only clothing that anybody wears in the entire game. Why is obvious. Ugh, what? Why? Why you do this? The worst secret. Not make the mistake of going back up there again. Ah, hey. Ah, rude. But I got in the ear. Whoa, jeez. Right. Pulling me into exit. This is fine. Like, as soon as that, we're on number 4, right? You? No. And when you... Oh god. Oh, I can stomp on them. Okay. Like there were spikes. Fast. Hey, it's more of this stuff. Such a cool mechanic, but a couple times. Good for one-up. They're kind of like candy in this game, so it's actually hard to get tons of. Good place for it, I guess. Right. You. Alright, you're actually behaving like Bowser. Flat. Correct. Real danger here is kind of sprite compression, expansion, rotation thing. I don't exactly know how they do that, now that I think about it. It's not the sort of thing that's easy to do on Super Nintendo hardware. I wonder if they actually just have a bunch of different rotations of him. How they do that. Not like this is a 3D thing where they can just trivially say, rotate that. I feel kind of bad for killing this guy. What harm is he doing composing symphonies in Castle Number 4? Alright. Forest of Illusion. I feel like they're all just put up to it by Daddy Koopa. We're just going through murdering all of them for no apparent reason. Other than they're in our way. Alright, so Forest of Illusion is going to be actually somewhat tricky, I think. Definitely a lot of secrets here, and I don't seem to remember all the levels having some sort of, like, ghost house secret in order to either get out or to get the exit that leads you somewhere interesting. Right. The ability to just slurp up these guys is super OP. Oh no! Alright, take it. I just went from, like, having 20-something lives to 40 over the course of, what, 2 levels? Sec what? Here. Alright. Continuing on. Sea urchin things are very cute. I think they're supposed to be sea urchin. At some point when I was a kid, I knew, like, all of the actual canonical for great for making it easier to swim. God. Oh. There's got to be a secret exit somewhere. Or, of these, like, you know, archeleptic dudes. Pretty. You're not real. Cool. Ah, Blue Switch Palace. Okay, so now we'll be missing only the red one. I feel like I've done this suboptimally. Had I done that right, I probably would have gotten some extra lives there. So it goes. Hello, whoever started watching. I'm streaming Super Mario World from my actual SNES, sitting right there. SNES I had as a kid. bought it with babysitting money. Anyways, just playing through Super Mario World today for time's sake. Not really a speedrunner or even super proficient at it. I haven't played it that much the past 20 years probably, but having some fun seeing what I can remember and not remember from having played this currently on Force Evolution is World 5, I guess. I was talking earlier about how, like, this, as far as I can tell, the first Mario game where they don't give you, like, this is World 1, World 2, World 3 very explicitly. The castles have numbers on them, you beat them, but the names on the world map are just, you know, so-and-so's castle. Castle number 1, world number whatever. 3 and 4 kind of came in very quick succession, so... Oh god. Anyways, this is Forest of Illusion, which most of the levels here have multiple exits or other secrets going on. Just found accident secret in this one, so now I'm here to do it the... Very happy to have the cave here, because these fish are otherwise very annoying. They don't wake up unless you get near them. They're moving. Very extremely irritating to do. If we get enough of them on the screen, we can probably get a 1. Win. Hey Chris, howdy. Hope you're having a good vacation. This could be epic. Alright, pretty happy about that, even though extra lives are like totally superfluous at this point. Microphone is cutting in and out. Okay, that is good to know. And see what I can do about that. How did I do what? Oh, maybe I'm just talking louder? Anyways, yeah, let me know if you need to either be louder or adjust the microphone. Okay. Could have just been bad luck. I don't know. Oh dear. Here, Yoshi. Much for dealing with the G. Back, Yoshi. Sorry, Yoshi. Bad father. Or whatever my relationship with Yoshi is, unclear. Very transactional. Oh, how did I get all the symbols to match? That was pure luck. There is a timing in that, like, they rotate at a certain, like, through the symbols at a certain speed. And if you get it right, they will all end up the same. But the fact that they did is purely a fluke. Like, I've done a few of those now. The first one where I've had anything resembling lines of things. And the trick is approximately that their speed in rotating is the same as I guess Their speed in rotation is about the same as their speed in translation, if that makes sense. What? Okay, killed all the big guys, died to Goombas. Great. Oh god. Anyways, but the blocks as they move this way, if you hit them at the same point in their motion, they're all going to show up the same. Hello, Sergio. Good to see you. Yeah, exactly. If you hit all the blocks in the same spot, you'll get the same thing. Whether it matches the thing in the middle or not is a matter of luck/skill, but so it goes. As I said before, I'm not really even caring about getting all the Yoshi coins because there's no real point to it. You get 1-ups, but they hand out 1-ups like candy in this game, so concerned about that. Only I were taller Mario than I am. Okay, so this is going to be like the useless exit. Obviously, I need to get there while being small Mario. So this is a very helpful path back to where I already was. Oh, no. Ghost house. Alright, well, I'll take it. Mario World, the best game of the classics. Yeah, as I was saying, this is the classic Super Mario World. I'm playing it on the Super Nintendo from my childhood. So this is not on an emulator, and I've not really played it that much in the last, I don't know, say 20 years. I think I've maybe played through it once to show my spouse the game. But the Super Nintendo is probably my favorite gaming console of all time. In many ways, I've done a little bit of Super Nintendo programming, and I am by all means not a Mario World expert, but you know, as a kid saving up babysitting money to buy games, you know, obviously I put a lot of hours in this back in the day. Because it came with the system, and worked hard for the $120 that it cost. A little Yoshi's World yesterday. Yoshi's World or Yoshi's Island? Yoshi's Island, you're like babysitting Mario, essentially. It's a very good game, except for, oh, up. Ghost's gonna kill me. Okay, 1-up as I die. Yeah, so I really liked Yoshi's Island, except for whiny Mario every time you get hit. Like, oh my god, shut up, kid. I could, like, disable that sound effect. I would like the game much better. But I guess it, you know, accurately captures being a parent or something. I don't know. I'm not a parent myself, but, boy, whiny Mario is quite obnoxious. Alright, so where do I get a mushroom? Great. Great. What's up? I want that. Is it worth it? Like, gotta be some point to, right? Yeah, I don't know that Super Colin World is be that compelling of a game. I don't even have like a cape power up. Alright, well that's something. I don't know what exit this is. Oh, hey Adam. How's my microphone been doing, by the way? This like still sensible volume, not cutting out? Okay, that was a use bit, if ever there was. Guess we try again. Big Boos are like approximately the cutest enemy. Anybody who thinks otherwise is wrong. At a bad moment. Okay. Yeah, the tricky thing... I guess I'm walking a thin line on my settings here. So I've tried to set up the microphone so that it is picking up me, but not picking up the volume of the game. So I would like to hear the game, but I would also like to not be wearing like headphones or earphones. So... trying to... you know, set it so that you get my voice and not other garbage, but work as well as... Alright, so is there something different to do here? That's the exit that I just... or is it? Went for that one. So what does this do? Okay, that was less useless. Alright, on to number 4. I feel like that was a prank. Oh yes, the Lakitu Cloud. Least favorite item from Mario Maker. Simply because I want Lakitus in my level, but all of the Lakitus it make as a creator have the cloud, so you have to be like very careful that you don't ruin the entire design of your stage by letting the person gank a Lakitu and then fly by the entire stage. Okay, could you guys like... What? What do you eat? I'm trying to think, the pipes that go up and down are kind of interesting Super Nintendo programming. It can't be a sprite that's that big, so it must be that only the top is a sprite, and they're actually replacing the background with the, you know, normal pipe tile every time I fire up. And every time I find a secret and it's water, I hate myself for having found it. I even hate water stages. At least I have fireball. Weird that you can fireball this. That didn't case. What? Get wrecked, Lakitu. Up here. Coin. He wants that. I think sometimes the thing that's cutting out might not be the microphone, it might be my voice. Like, I don't know. I've had this frog in my throat for like a month now, which is just really obnoxious. I wish it would go away. Okay, well that was another dumb path. Really, we have to find the secret exit out of here. Which is obnoxious because Lakitu. I feel like I should go along the ground instead of moving half the stage this time, though. Because if there is anything I missed. No. We're now back to where we were. Likely something like this. There somehow? Sure. Alright, what's in here? Yep. Alright. Sec. Got to look to see whether there's multiple exits out of this. Should be. No. Die rather than trying to get silly extra lives. On turtles repeatedly. But yeah, okay. And if you jump with the right timing, you can get them all to be the same, but obviously not matching the mushroom this time. Right, Forest Fortress. This is not the castle. Stomp. And similarly there, that thing must be mostly background. From a Super Nintendo programming standpoint, like, you don't get sprites that are that big. At least not while you've got anything else on. Oh god. That was dangerous. Right, so clearly this is the fortress of, like, being thankful if you have all the switches. I don't have the red one. Dude, castle is, like, definitely an OSHA violation. Can't just have unprotected saw blade. That very dangerous. Jesus. Oh. What's over there? Says invariably getting himself into trouble. Wow. I feel like I want a leaf in being there. Or feather, whatever. Somehow easier while being small. It would be easier if I had my red switch palace, but... So that's the feather. Alright. I'm with less failure, maybe. Oh, some failure! Ah. One second. Whoops. Alright. Stomp due to laziness there. Oh god, oh god. Nope. If Bowser has all the saws from cutting down trees, what's the pool of lava there? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have lots of questions about Bowser and his general approach to interior design. Also questions about, like, him enlisting his kids, question mark, to, Roy Mario. I feel like this is just, I mean, I guess maybe it's okay parenting. Your last name is Koopa, but... Alright, so I guess I'll try for the flying exit again, because I feel like if I don't, it's gonna end up being some sort of dumb path to nowhere. A lot of the other things here in the Forest of Illusion have been. But obviously I'm crappy at the timing of flying here. So is it possible to get up? Oh, hey. You bounce like that. Okay. Cool. So is this just going to be a normal entrance, but with slightly more one-ups than I lost getting here? Alright. I have altogether too many lives. Oh geez, these dudes. We've forgotten about. Fine. Hi, Yuri. Can you spin jump off the saws? That's a good question. Probably. Oh hey, it's Star Road. Okay, well I haven't found any of the other Star Road exits, so that's kind of silly. Also, if you made it into... Alright, so I guess I'll get the normal... Oh no, I can't get the normal exit from here now. Alright, so that's cool. Guess we'll progress further via Star Road. Oh, Yoshi. Baby Yoshi. I think if Baby Yoshi eats enough dudes, he grows up into full-size Yoshi. One of these mechanics that, like, is only used in a couple places in the entire game. Alright, so now... Oh. If I eat one of these dudes, I can fly. Probably useful, although... Like... I with very good here. Oh, Yoshi. Bye, Yoshi. Did what I had to. But hey, rude. Yes, there would be a secret there if I had the red switch, but I don't. Get another way in which the word switch is overloaded. Oh god. Get there. Alright, well this is fascinating. I feel like, if I remember right, normal exits from the Star Road will do absolutely nothing. Am I correct? Yep. Alright, so there's a secret exit there. Probably requires me having the Red Switch Palace, or maybe Yoshi in some novel fashion. So let's see, which of these have I not gotten? I feel like level is this. Get the normal exit out of here. The weird exit out of here. So I've clearly got to get like down, so this is the most likely stage to have been a problem. Yeah, I totally forget whether I got the secret exit out of this or the normal one. Find out. Okay, I don't care about extra lives, so I'm just skipping that. Shoots and bubbles mechanic is also a thing that only shows up in like 1 or 2 levels. Like, it's surprising that they went to like all of the programming effort to implement this, and then only use it like once or twice. Kind of the same as the chain link fences that you can crawl on. Like, super cool mechanic that's used like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times in the entire game. If I were a secret exit, where would I be? Yoshi! Yoshi! So, having to worry about time here. Ah! If I were a secret exit, I would be here. Right, I found this before and forgot about it. Yes, Yoshi's digestive system is a formidable thing. Alright, we're through the Forest of Illusion, which is the most secret requiring place to get through. Oh god. I just instinctively know that I hate this castle because of this mechanic. See how much muscle memory from like N years ago I remember in terms of where this damn thing goes. God damn it. Yo! Mario should wear a hard hat. That's all I gotta say. Alright, so I may be spending a fair amount of time on this level because, like, ugh. Largely a process of, like, memorizing where you can go. I have no control over this dumb thing. What? I have to go somewhere just to get a mushroom. I don't understand why sometimes those things hit me and sometimes they don't. Oh, come on. Okay, well, progress. I'm just surprised Hat Mario isn't a thing that's happened at some point. Yeah! In Mario 3, there was the Hammer Brothers suit where you could, like, crouch and be invulnerable. That would definitely be useful here. In general, one thing that I liked better about Mario 3 than Super Mario World, I think, is that there was more variety in, like, Mario suits. Right, you had flying, you had being a frog, the Tanuki suit, oh jeez, what? And Mario wears things on his head mechanic. Yeah, that does sound familiar to me as well. I don't remember where or why. I mean, it has a propeller hat in some of the later games. But I think maybe to avoid those irritating fire guys, I need to stay closer toward the tail end of this thing. That when they spawn, the platform is already... Oh. Right. I guess I'm not riding any with me here, I'm happy. Oh, I died here again. Just stand on top of that thing and wait for the dudes to go by. I don't know what the P-switch is for. Maybe I'm supposed to carry it with me. Yeah, it feels like staying on the back end of that when it's there is good. Don't get off yet. Fill this bit with spikes. Oh dear. That was almost very painful. Wait for you to go and hit. Alright, so I can carry this. gonna keep coming back. Okay, that almost went very poorly. Alright. Anything special? No. Right. It's just the same as an earlier boss, except for the stages getting smaller over time. Oh dear. There we go. I'm curious, I mentioned on an earlier dude, how they do that sprite getting larger and smaller and shrinking thing. Not obvious to me from what I know of Super Nintendo programming that there's an efficient way to do that. I don't know if they just drew a whole bunch of different sprites of him in different orientations and scales, or like how that works. Dangerous but tasty Chocolate Island. I feel like, yeah, they have a lot of things that are candy themed here, but you never actually see the candy. Alright, finally level 6. But Island 1. Obviously, chocolate means rhinos with fire. Because flame-throwing rhinos is what I think of when I think of chocolate. Like, what if lava cake were also a cute animal? Breathing fire, these guys are not immune to fire. I guess makes sense because Mario also spits fire and is not immune to fire. Oh, hello. Okay. Really? What? Hey, Yoshi can't eat large rhino. And again, why, game, why do you do this to me? Goodbye, Yoshi. Okay, well, I hope that was worth it, because, geez. What?! I'm not going down that pipe in future. Just saying. Later. Yes, sure, let's be tall. I guess if I still had Yoshi there, I could have not died. I don't know, I feel very pranked by the level design there. Or if I still had a cape, I could die. Oh, bye Yoshi. Yo, that was presumably the same pipe that I came out of. don't understand what the whole point of the stupid dolphin stage was. The dolphins are cute, but boy is that an obnoxious mechanic. Choco Ghost House. Copyright General Mills. How about no? Ah, jeez. Ghost Lakitu, you are extremely annoying. Oh. That was not worth getting. Well, mushroom was good for the 2 seconds it lasted. Oh, the boos that are also blocks. Okay, come back here. Need you guys. What? Your rest of boos. Stop slacking. Oh dear. Ugh. Alright, we'll try and make do with just... or none. We want to get this guy a block here. Cool. Alright, well, that's some form of secret exit, I'm sure. Or maybe just the normal exit? Whatever. Dig it. Wow, mechanic explanation. I feel like unless they give me, there's probably one exit for finishing very quickly. And maybe another for collecting max coins or some weird set of coins. Or I can die to dinosaurs. Which, it occurs to me, are the first time that those dudes have shown up since, like, the very first stage. Apparently dinosaurs like chocolate. Alright, well let's try and go very quickly. In case that's a mechanic. I feel like this is different than last time I got here. Right, it was dinosaurs before, now it's turtles? Alright. Maybe that was something. Ah! 286. Me, the turtles again. I don't know if I still have to be fast. Doesn't hurt to assume so, but also like to not die, so that. Ooh. 51. Oh. What? Ah. Thought that would hit him, but I guess I have to actually throw it. Oh no! Too short. Here's where I start burning down my 55 extra lives. From a high of 60-something, I think. Alright. That was pretty fast. Just not get murdered by these assholes. Oh no! What? Ah, I don't know how to throw these blocks, obviously. Let me set this down gently at my feet. That was not as fast as some of my other runs. Obviously 280 is still good enough to get this stage. Oh. I guess that actually looks chocolatey. I will give this as being chocolate something or other island. Okay, now here we're back to not Dirks with... Okay, so my speed through the second bit must matter too. We're back to dinosaurs. Fine. Alright, well, we'll see what that gets us. Bonus game. Wow. Garbage bonus game. Alright, well, whatever secret exit I was supposed to get, I obviously didn't get, but whatever. I will take a victory. Seems fine. Hey, I'm Super Mario for the first time in a while, it feels like. Oh dear. Fail at that, or is it not actually? I think they're telling me that there's a secret. Maybe I should have kept flying. Okay. Remember spending hours seeing if you got something special for getting all the coins in some secret area and discovered the answer was no. Yeah. Coins are basically for lives, as far as I know. But yeah, they explicitly said something about coins there, so there must be additional exits to that. Maybe it's the nearest Star Road. Whoa. Like, this one of the Koopa children has decided to decorate his or her palace with school supplies. I feel like that's anti-appropriate for Memorial Day being the beginning of summer. Thwomp's got a thwomp. Little ones are called thwimps, which is adorable. I used to know the names of, like, all the dudes. These days, I don't think I do anymore. Like, I don't know, like, what the flame-breathing dinosaurs that we just saw are actually called. But they all have names. A lot of them were, like, in instruction books and things like that. Terrible that you, like, don't get instruction books anymore for video game. Or if they do, it just tells you things like, you know, how to not get epilepsy, which is important if you have epilepsy, but, well, you know, and how to not put your video game system in the water, things like that. But I miss the days where you would actually get, like, you know, lore or interesting content instruction manuals. This seems bad. Nailed it. Alright. Chocolate. Rhinos. Oh dear. This is not... Yeah, these days there's often, like, online instruction manuals, or they just try to explain everything via tutorials or whatever. But I like me my physical stuff, I don't know. Hey, Eddie. Welcome to stream. So I'm streaming, by the way, not from an emulator, but an actual Super Nintendo sitting behind me. Which is got a very complicated setup with many wires that lets me do HDMI into my computer and also then have it on a monitor so that I can actually play in real time. Because the video capture software adds like 300 milliseconds of latency or something like that, so it makes it very hard to actually like play. Okay, I'm death by chocolate. But anyways, so yeah, playing on a real Super Nintendo, so I don't have save states or anything like that. There's a whole bunch of games I'd like to stream from, you know, interesting stuff that I played back when I was a kid, or, you know, strange back catalog games that not as many people know and so on. But I felt like Mario World was a good place to start because a lot of people know the game. And it's easy enough that I can actually talk and play at the same time. There's a lot of games where, like, I feel like I would have to stop what I was doing partway through and pause all the time in order to be able to interact with anyone. And speaking of that, paying attention is helpful so that I don't just throw myself in the lava. Or chocolate lava? I don't know. Lava cake. Bath. But anyways, despite having died a few times due to talking, at least it's only a couple times due to talking, whereas if I were playing something much more twitchy than this game, like this game at least you can usually, you know, stop and just, you know, ride these platforms back and forth or whatever while talking. But a lot of games are not as submissive to that. Oh hey, I just hit 1,000,000 points. Points matter at all, which they don't. I presume at some point if you get enough of them you must like wrap around or something. I feel like there was an era where people cared about points in video games, and that era is mostly past except for things like Guitar Hero. Or other things where the whole point is the points, I guess. Okay, come at me. Or don't. Yeah, the setup is somewhat complicated. It's actually not all that bad. But getting HDMI out of the Super Nintendo is something, and then I wanted to have like a separate microphone, and yeah. It would be less complicated if I were doing this on my TV, actually. Because then the TV would natively do HDMI and give me the sound and so on. But I wanted to do this in my office rather than in the main living room, so I was trying to get a setup that worked for that. And I'm obviously like not attempting to speedrun here or anything, but I am ignoring the games that are like just for life because I have more extra lives that I know what to do with right now. And that particular game is not all that fun. Right, Wendy's Castle. Oh, I want Wendy's. Okay, so now we have the dudes that can throw bones. Yeah, I seem to remember this. Very spiky spikes. Spikier than most spiky spikes. What? Now I'm too short to hit it. It's the worst. Maybe it's not a thing I have to hit, but a thing I have to use to get, like, away. This is fine. Beep. Thankfully, the spiky bits of the spikes not actually deadly. Are you gonna put me all the way in the hole? Good. Feel robbed. Uh-oh. Beep. Fine. A little bit of improvising. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. Okay. Fairly low on time. Oh yeah, okay, this. It, like, shoots out bits. I have to hit the one of her that's not a dummy. I got the mushroom. I think she doesn't shoot out bits, maybe it's just the... Ah! Die! There we go. Yeah, that was, nice save, yeah. I presume that was back when I almost fell in the pit like twice there. I'm like breaking the fourth wall there, Mario. Why don't you just scrub the outside of the castle to begin with? Wendy O. Koopa. Is she Irish? Alright, Belly of Bowser. I wasn't sure that I would actually get through the entire game, but it kind of looks like I will. Broadcasting 2.5 hours, so... like probably about 3 hours total, assuming I actually get through things. Yeah, there's castle-specific animations, and there's, like, little bits of flavor text that sometimes make me feel bad about killing the various Koopa kids. Like, I'm not really sure that, like, killing the child warriors of the, Bowser clan is really the right way to, fix the problem long-term, but... Not like this ghost, but also underwater thing. What? Went way early there. Killed myself. Okay, well, I'm invincible, so I got that going for me. Nice. God, a bunch of stuff is about to land on my head, isn't it? Ah! Okay. It's unclear if there was more down there? Hello, Valley of Bowser. This is at least not named after a dessert. Although clearly that means there should be a dessert called the Bowser. I don't know what it would be. Kind of vaguely remember this level. Obviously there's some sort of right path or set of right paths. Probably take a midway point. I'm gonna say I can probably make it across that by being invincible, but probably not what they were intending. Thanks, bro. Okay, so get up across there again. This guy. Alright. Thank you, helpful football players, without whom I would be unable to traverse the level. We reward you by jumping on your head repeatedly. That's interesting. Oh, is this gonna be a... I can't come anywhere close on that. If this is... Yeah, okay. Alright, what's in here? What? Don't care, lol. Guess that was a big waste of time. We still need to do that, though? Other path. What's going down here? Whoa. Two. Another one. Alright, I will take an exit. May not be the secretest exit, but... I'm like looking at myself on YouTube and it's like, wow, there's a lot of lag between when I stream something and when it actually shows up. I know there's a setting for lower latency, which I thought I had checked, but I guess before I stream next time I should double check that, because at least me looking at my live YouTube stream, it looks like it's maybe 2 minutes old, like a whole level behind. Wow, didn't realize you could kill the invincible shells with other shells. What? Garbage. Again, what? I need to be Yoshi to make use of those. I mean, to have Yoshi. Being Yoshi is for a different game. One of these things where I have to, like, remember / trust to luck on things about where I go here. Really sure what this stuff is supposed to be. As a kid, I always kind of thought it was cheese. Oh, no. Port. That looks nice. See, between chat and stream is about 10 seconds. Interesting. Maybe the view that I have of the video just looks old to me because I'm not fully fast-forwarded or something. I don't know. So I guess you could still be commenting on something that happened like a minute or so ago. I feel like I'm not setting any time records for the stage. I don't know why I'm holding this shell this whole time either. So then it's easier to keep it than to try and stop it at this point. Alright. Successfully made it through the stage without getting crushed. Oh no! My lack of time is kind of a problem. Thankfully, it looks like ending. By the way, is my audio generally doing okay? Like, both the sound from the game and the sound from the microphone? Somebody was commenting before that it was, sometimes the mic was cutting out. But this is the first time that I've streamed in a while, so I really have the level set right. Oh god. I remember this as being a very obnoxious place to be. Direct to what I typed shortly after it shows up on stream. Yeah, I mean, so I see your comments quickly, but that's because I'm looking at the YouTube interface that's showing comments directly. But I think what I'm commenting on might be old. I don't know. Okay, intermittent cuts. Yeah, I have it set up to like automatically brain is hard. I have it set to basically be muted and then to activate when I actually talk. Kind of like you would on TeamSpeak or whatever. Largely because I want to hear the sound from the actual game. Without wearing headphones. Oh, I see. I wanted to be fast at getting there, probably. So, like, if I had the microphone just always be on, that would be great, except for then you would be hearing double audio from the game, I think. Alright, well, let's try door number, is this 3? 3. Okay, well, that's some exit. Wow, that was garbage. Okay, yeah, I think just when I was watching my own stream that I was just back like a minute and a half, so now I'm actually looking at live, and like it's still some lag, but yeah, it's not maybe as bad as I was afraid it was. There's another mechanic that I don't think has showed up anywhere else in the game. Like right at the end here, they're like, here, we'll give you these timed platforms to fall off of. It's like, on the one hand, it's kind of cool that they made these mechanics even just for single stages, but on the other hand, it would sure be cool if they made use of some of these mechanics more often. I don't know. I guess this is why Super Mario Maker exists. Although a lot of this stuff isn't actually in Super Mario Maker, right? I know the timed platforms that eventually fall off have been in a few other games. Oh god. Sure. Meant to do that. That too. Alright, I'll take it. Like, the audio also might be cutting sometimes because my voice is terrible. Just from a standpoint of like, I don't know, I was sick a month ago? Maybe even longer than a month ago? And my throat is still occasionally sad. I don't know, anytime I get a cough, it basically persists forever, so... It was probably not helping with microphone volume and so on. Feels like another one of these quote-unquote secrets that I wish I hadn't found. Like, yeah, here. Stage with a bunch of ice. It invariably involves me going backwards. Yup. Like, I don't know, there's something strange about the level design of finding a quote-unquote secret via a pipe and it being an extra, like, more difficult than the normal level would be, and then also bringing you backwards. Yeah, allergy season doesn't help. It's like, in addition, I have the sneezing and sore throat and that sort of thing that I get from allergies. I don't know that I... Wow, hey, I want to be made of whatever 1-up mushrooms are made of, because they can just coast along the fire. Again, with Yoshi getting the, it's quite the diet here. Guess rocks are high in fiber. Actually, I mean, Yoshi's a dinosaur and dinosaurs are birds, and there's birds that, like, digest using stones in their stomachs, right? So, maybe this is how he, has the ability to do all the other things. Oops. Sorry, Yoshi. I don't know why football players are digging rocks out of the ground either. Oh, if I still had Yoshi. Secret exit. Oh well. Yeah, they're not all football players. They'll wear the football hat, right? But some of them have, like, Baseballs? I don't know, they're just sports monsters. Oh, okay. One of these. One I somehow have less memory of than the other one. I don't know if that means this one is less obnoxious. Or if I just did it less because it's further along in the game. Oh dear. I feel like it's not as obnoxious because it's much longer. There's a bigger platform to hit. I also have a cape, which doesn't hurt. Ugh. Koopa is basically the worst. I don't know why Koopa doesn't, or why Bowser doesn't fire all the other guys and just hire Magic Koopas. Well, I killed one. I don't know for how long that buys me a reprieve, but long enough to make it here, I guess. Later. Yoshis and Gorons eat rocks. I don't have an explanation for the Gorons. Alright, what prank do I do with this? Kicking it, apparently. Ah, Larry. Who has persisted onto Mario Kart. We were playing Mario Kart the other day, and Larry and Lemmy were the two NPCs that were winning everything, so apparently they're the best karting of Bowser's children, question mark. Like, I really thought that all of the other Koopas were his children, but I could be wrong. Front door. 1. Yeah, okay, so there's like different paths through here. I totally don't remember which one is the correct one or the shortest one, or so this will be interesting. Oh no. Five. Sure. Like how they like way impinge under the ground and then only after that go thomp. Ow, hey, rude, ow. Alright, unclear if I did that incorrectly or that's not the way it's supposed to go. Maybe I shouldn't do number 1 first. Feels more challenging than some other paths would be. Are we actually done here? Yes. Alright, that was just bad. Try 3. 3 seems like a good number. What was this? Like, don't remember this at all. Yes, Mecha Koopas. More jobs being replaced by automation. Is chat and camera overlay something built into YouTube Live? No, this is client side, so I'm using OBS and composing the camera and stuff. Getting chat into the stream is kind of ugly. Just put it that way. Kind of liked 5. But let's assume 8 is good. Okay, I'm already not a fan of this. What? That thing. Okay, well at least I get a power up. Oh god, this seemed like a good idea and then it was not. I was trying to get through the door, but I couldn't. Well, so the ugly thing is that there's no permanent link to what the chat stream is going to be. So it's like, I have to start the stream and then go grab the stream's URL and paste it into a thing in order to get the right thing. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, we got a disco ball. Hey! It's the ninja dudes from Mario 2. Who otherwise, like, don't make an appearance. But yeah, it would be really nice if YouTube had an easier way of saying, like, my chat's URL is always going to be this. Because basically what I'm doing in OBS is, it's just opening a browser window there, the chat, and you get what you get. Alright, Bowser time. That was actually not too bad of a way of getting here. Alright, so the question is, can I manage to not get wrecked? We're getting some sort of power up here. Alright, so now I get mushroom at least. At some point he's gonna get stompy or something. I feel like I have a reason why I don't want to let it... Yeah, okay. Be above my head. Probably spin jump off of those. Gonna need to pop him on the head? Or is he gonna give me turtles again? He's gonna give me turtles. You could just, like, not do that. You would be pretty invincible. Yeah, okay, now he's Stompy. Like all Nintendo bad guys, he's got like 3 HP, I think. I guess each of these is 2. Oops. Gotta wait for him to toss out jerks again. Oh no. Correct. Ah, yes. Nice of him to dump out the princess before exploding. Mario's adventure is over. Mario, the princess, is in another castle. Oh, no. Yoshi and his friends. Other friends. Also, harsh dig on Luigi. I don't know if you... is it even possible to play this 2-player? Maybe that's why there's no Luigi. Didn't really put thought into this before. And somebody else just tuned in, apparently, in time for fireworks. Not really going to see a lot other than the credits rolling here. So anyways, that was Super Mario World. The elapsed time on my stream is like 2 minutes 55 seconds, or 2 hours 55 minutes. So, playing straight through without any real shortcuts or anything, it's actually doable in not that amount of time. Obviously, if I wanted to get all of the exits and all of the secrets from everywhere, it would probably take longer, especially since I don't remember what I'm doing, for all of them. Like, it's weird, like, some of these things, it's like, oh, obviously, I remember that you have to go do thing X, thing Y, thing Z in order to, like, find the secret ways out of levels. But I'm sure there's a lot of those where I've either forgotten or whatever. But anyways, I'm planning on doing some more Super Nintendo streaming. I'll probably play something a bit more offbeat than Super Mario World later tonight and probably Wednesday night. But that might be it on this for now. I mean, I'll let the credits roll. Yeah, so other games I'm thinking of streaming are Mega Man X, which is, Mega Man game. It's going to be a little bit harder to talk through Mega Man, I think. That's the main concern that I have there. And then UN Squadron, which is a shoot-'em-up, kind of similar sort of thing. I might do some of the Top Gear games, which are my favorite racing games from Super Nintendo. Trying to think what else is interesting. Okay, well this is the best part because there's all these Yoshis. Oh, and I never realized before, that's the Japanese postal symbol, the like T with the bar over it thing on Yoshi's mailbox. Oh hey, here we get all the names of all the things. Alright. I think I knew those. I like that we get Paragoomba before we get Goomba. Arjun Chuck. Sumo Brother. Basically reading out all the ones that I don't remember, like what they're called. Rex, okay. They're not really T-Rexes, though. Dino Rhino, Dino Torch. Hoopers, aka Damn Bats. Blarg is the best name for that thing. I don't think we saw any Torpedo Head. Okay, that thing is an urchin. I was pretty sure it was meant to be an urchin, but wasn't sure. Eries. Okay, that's what those things are. I still don't know what they're supposed to be. Like ghostly fish? Dinosaurs? Thwomp and Thwimp. Bony Beetle. Oh, so it's supposed to be the undead version of the Beatles. Yes, the fish are blurps. Grinder. Yeah, okay. They're more like saw blades, but whatever. Not clear to me whether Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails chose his name from that or vice versa. When did Nine Inch Nails start? Mecha Koopas stealing our jobs. Yeah, Bowser and all of his, I believe, children, which I feel a little bit bad about killing, but so it goes. Alright, and I want to see, do we get the title screen back? I think Trent Reznor is actually his real name. That could be. He just happens to be named after Mario enemies. Yeah, exactly. There's Luigi. So yeah, if I hit reset here, what happens? Alright, so I got 54 of the total exits. I had started on slot B here. Yeah, you can totally have a two-player game. So I guess Luigi can be a thing. Yep, look at that. There's Luigi there. So totally possible to have Luigi. But he really got stiffed on the ending, unless there's a slightly different ending when playing two players, which I don't know that I want to find right now. Anyways, thanks all for watching. If you're curious about when I stream stuff, you can like subscribe on YouTube and get notifications or something like that. Like I said, I'll probably be doing another one later tonight or in a couple hours. For now, I'm going to let my voice rest and do something else other than playing Super Nintendo. So, thanks for watching all, and see you all later.